Hello everyone and welcome to 404 Games Not Found. I'm Valaine and this is the Clay Soldiers Civilization project by the Thesneakybros. We are rebuilding the Skytown. This is step 3. I'm going to show you around, show you what I've done, and if you stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to have a question for you guys, so I'm going to need your help. So let's start off with this. Welcome to the second island. If you remember, if you've been following the Clay Soldier Civilization project, you will know that here used to be a town full of wooden houses and a little chapel, and this is what I've built so far to improve it. Now I'm going to explain what each of these buildings is, what purpose it serves, why I've done it, and at the end you can tell me if you think it looks good and if you think it's a good step to be taken and if you've got any suggestions for me. So let's start with this. This is a very simple seating area. This is basically my way of saying I think that the white clay soldiers that live up here, the sky people, they like to be social. They like to talk to each other. They like to come together in places and gather and just talk about the day, talk about what they've been doing. And that's basically what this is. It's got a very similar water pool theme to both the temple and the chairs around the castle. It's got the same bench system. It's got the nice white stained glass so they can look out and around and observe things as they like to do. It's just a very basic building that just allows them to get together and talk, which is part of the design function I felt would be appropriate if we look around the outside. It's not a very difficult build. It's basically just quartz with quartz steps providing like an arched roof effect with beacons on the top. A couple of you guys left me some suggestions for things like this pillar when I'm stopped jumping around. There we go. Some of you told me to put netherrack in here and set it on fire. I tried that, and in my opinion, I'd already started using the beacons as a light source, and to start using fire looked a bit too brutal. I associate netherrack more with the nether reds, so I decided to leave it as the beacons as it looks and fits a little bit more thematically with the white clay soldiers. So that's the reason why that's there. If we move on to the second building, this is the shop. This is where the clay soldiers are going to come and they're going to visit here and they're going to go, right, I need some clothes, I need some food, and I need some supplies to keep my house nice and warm. So they all come to this general shop. They get all of their supplies, all of their supplies down from the orange traders down there. I decided that the white clay soldiers, they have a farm at the moment. It's this thing here. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to knock it out. We don't need that anymore, because I'm going to say food can't grow at this altitude or under these conditions, right? Because technically they're above the rainfall, so they wouldn't get the water that they need and stuff. I know it's there, but just roll with it. It gives the orange clay soldiers, the neutral orange clay soldiers, reason to come up here and trade with the white clay soldiers, and it gives them more of a reason to interact with the rest of the world around them. And yeah, it's just going to tie the clay soldiers a bit more together. Sort of, you might see a couple of oranges walking around up here, dropping off supplies to the store, things like that. That's what that's for. If we look next to here, this is the forge. This is where they're going to make their weapons and their armor. It's only little, but they only have a small but powerful military, don't they? So it's basically where all their weapons and armor are going to be forged, and they'll have a little blacksmith in there who's going to supply the weapons and the armor. This is just a basic pillar, much like that one down there and those ones over there, except this one has fallen apart. There's kind of a rule within the white clay soldiers that I've decided that if some of the architecture falls apart, they don't bother fixing it. They leave it as a sign of just respect to their elders and the people that built it, so they leave it as it is. And I think it just adds a little bit something, you know, when your old Greek looking buildings are slightly falling down, it just looks a bit nice. I think it adds to it. And we're going to move on to the big one, because I know you're all secretly just waiting for me to shut up and get on with this big thing here. What this is the Great White Tower I told you about in episode 2, the thing I was going to build. It has a very similar sort of interior. It's got like the white pool. It's supposed to look like it's kind of posh almost, you know, like it's showing off a bit. But its actual function is a defensible war tower. They're going to stand up here. They're going to be able to look down. They can observe the volcano, because nobody trusts this volcano in Clay Soldiers Land right now. And they're going to be able to warn the rest of the islands that something is going on and that they're under attack from a lot of different angles. They can see a lot of the world from up here, so yeah, they're going to be keeping an eye on everybody as well as using the observatory. This is more of a defensible outpost and tower. I want your opinion on this, guys, because I tried to make it look like it was still fitting within the rest of the village, but also look like a strong defensible tower. I mean, the glass, yes, I know glass isn't the best thing to defend against like an arrow or a sword, but they've got to look good while they're doing it, don't they? So that's what that's all about. I think it looks alright. I'm quite happy with how that is. I just want to know what you guys think. Do you like the look of this tower? And let's move on. Let's move on, shall we? These things, right? See these little tiny islands? These weren't here before. I thought it might be a nice effect to have more sort of orbiting islands. These, like that one up there and this one here, just small little islands that are around the big ones. And there's one down there as well. Just kind of to give it more of a theme, like it's not just 4 big chunks of land in the air. It's a collection of land held together by this magical beacon kind of thing that gives them all their powers and all this other stuff. So yeah, that's what these are for. I'm gonna put a few more of these floating islands around with different things on them, just to make it look like it's more of a village as opposed to just 4 big floating rocks. We're gonna have a nice villagey, floating, magical place that we've got going. Now, aside from that, the thing that I am gonna ask you guys, I need your help. I'm building here. If you look here, it says homes go here. Now I'm going to be building some housing for the clay soldiers to live in. What I need you to do is leave me a suggestion what you think should go here. Should I build a few little houses? Should I build one big house that they all live in, like a big barracks? Should I build homes on floating islands around the outside that they can access? What do you think I should build, guys? Like, I have an idea in my head what I'm going to do, but before I do anything, I want to see what you guys, the fans, think. So I'm gonna leave that with you. Leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Tell me where you think the clay soldiers should live, what they should live in. And until next time, I'm gonna leave it there. We'll see you in step 4 when the housing is done and I start to fix the rest of these islands and just make them look a bit more like the rest of the village. So until then, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you later.